Okay, there's a lot of excitement around the new features of Photoshop working with Adobe Edge Reflow, Generator working with Reflow. And it's awesome, and it works like magic, and I don't want to, I want to show this off. But I want to make sure I set expectations so that you can be really successful when you start fooling around with this feature. So I have a comp here. Typical, it's my site. We'll show at the end that I actually did use it. This is my redesign for my site. And as I go through here, I use Generator to set up a couple of images here. So for example, icon blog. I'm going to blink it here so you can see that's what I'm talking about. You'll see that it's made up of two components. I've got an RSS logo and a rounded rectangle that I've made them part of. I just combined them into a group and given the group the name icon-blog.png, and that's all I really needed to do to set that up so that I'll export out as a PNG. And all of these are set up that way. This yellow blast image here, the brackets logo, and all of these icons are set up that way. That's it. That's really all I had to do. So I go to File, and then I say Generate Edge Reflow Project. Now, I'm going to show you on the file system. Okay, so here's my comp.psd. That's the file I'm working on. I'm going to hit File, Generate Edge Reflow Project, and you'll see done. There's comp-reflow. If I double click on it, it's going to open it up in Reflow, and I'm going to get an interface to start out with. It's going to tell me some of the fonts I used. I actually used Typekit fonts in my project, and so it needs a kit ID. I'm going to show you how to get that real quick so that you, if you run into this, it's not a problem. So I am going to launch Chrome and go to typekit.com. Okay. You'll see that I'm already logged in, and so what I'm going to do is, I know the particular kit is this Terrence Ryan 2013 kit, so I'm going to hit Launch Kit Editor. And when Launch Kit Editor launches, see it loads, and then back here at the back, there's this little code, so it's kit editor kits, and then this last bit of code. This is actually the code it's looking for. So if I go back to Reflow, it says add a kit from Typekit. So you notice if I look in here and basically it's saying what do I want to replace Museo Slab with. Right now there's nothing really good there, just the default fonts. Not that they're not good, but and then if I paste that in now, when I look at here, I got options, right? And you'll see that Museo Slab has been added back in, and Museo Sans has been added back in. So if I hit OK, give it a second, and voila. You can see it imported it all in. There are a couple little layout hiccups here and there that I'd have to go through and adjust. But I mean, think about all the kind of saving time that I just got done because none of this, all this text is over and the text is all formatted correctly and it's all laid out. Now, if you immediately start playing with this, you'll notice that you need to do some more work, right? And I'm going to show this off. I'm going to add a breakpoint here just so that I can start resizing. If I resize this the way it is now, you'll see that stuff is just going to not lay out anywhere near what I would want it to. And that's fine. And that's because it's pulled in all of your stuff kind of not contained by anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the Command key and highlight. I can highlight whole bunches of stuff at the same time. You'll see I highlighted basically everything I would want to be in a design column. And I'm going to hit Command R, which is Add Parent. So when I do that, I now have that laid out into a column. And I'm going to repeat that for the rest of these. So these guys, Command R, these guys, Command R, and then finally these guys, and Command R. So now, if I resize, you'll see that little bit of change makes it resize a lot more smoother. Now, I still need to go through and do a lot more work to kind of make sure all my margins are right, the same place, but I've jumped ahead a lot in my project. So that one little thing adding parents to everything before you start trying to resize will change your results with this very quickly and make it a lot more productive. And you'll see if I go through with this comp, I'm not going to save this. I actually went through and kind of pre-baked and did a whole bunch of changes. I'm not going to do them all, record them all. But if we see, we can kind of get to here where stuff is laid out really well and stuff is resizing and just kind of how you would expect it to be. Then finally, I can open a complete version of this where I've actually gone through and added all the responsive breakpoints and made the site kind of lay out the way I would expect it to. So I kind of go down, you'll see breakpoints are there. It's resizing. It's being responsive the way you would expect it to be. And then finally, if I go back to the browser here, you'll see that I eventually implemented this in my own website in this design. So now this is all live. This is all pulling live data. And this is that exact design working within a browser. Now I went a little bit further with it when I designed it in the browser, but there you go. You see, I went from a Photoshop comp that looked like this to a website that looked like this. Generator is really works well, but you have to make sure you do that one thing and taking a little bit of work when you first bring it into Reflow, and it really rocks. So there you go. Use the feature. Hope you like it, and I hope this helps.